Think of some people, they are Vata predominant. Their personality is completely Vata. Then there are some people, they are Pitta predominant. Their personality is Pitta personality. Then there are some Kapha predominant. Their personality is Kapha. So Vata predominant people, either they are very tall or very short, but lean and thin. It's hard for them to gain weight. Either tall, either short, but always lean and thin. So even if they eat a lot of food, they don't gain weight. Vata people. So Vata people, it's hard for them to gain weight. If you see the characteristic, they're usually dry skin people, and they speak a lot. It seems like they don't even give you the chance to speak. They don't even wait for the feedback what they are speaking. They just continue their story and nothing stops them. It's very hard for them to be decisive because it seems like they change their decisions quite often. So they decide something and after half an hour, not this, something else. And you can think of these type of people around you. Then there are many other things as a characteristic. I'm just giving you the general idea. Pitta people, they are decisive. Once they decide, they go on. Once they decide, they go on. So they take time to decide something. Once they decide, full on. They're aggressive, usually short-tempered. Usually short-tempered. So they react because of fiery principle in them. It looks like, and they lose their hair quite fast. So you know, like I'm one of the Pitta personality in front of you. Then Kapha people. Like for Pitta, when it comes to body weight, they gain weight very easily and then lose weight very easily. So they can gain weight very easily and they can also lose weight very easily. When it comes to Kapha people, Kapha, they are low and slow. Low and slow. So when they speak, you know, I was in Lakshman Jhula. So it's this type of people. And it's easy for them to gain weight, but very hard for them to reduce weight. It's easy for them to gain weight, and it's very hard for them to reduce weight. And once they decide, like these are the people, it takes very hard for them to change their ideas actually. It takes very hard for them to change their ideas. As I've said, Vata people, they change it quite quickly. They take some time. But it seems like long time is required for them to change their idea. Once they get stuck with something, they're sticky. It requires a lot of effort for them to change their ideas. So these are some of the characteristics, but I was talking to my doctor and he said, rarely there are people who are just one dosha predominant. Rarely you're going to have a person who is just Vata, or who's just Pitta, or who's just Kapha. Why it is so? Because it's too much for that person to hold. Usually what happens, like some of the kids, they die early, sometimes without any reason. So they are actually just Vata predominant, just Pitta predominant, just Kapha predominant, you know. So it's hard for them to sustain. I'm not saying it's impossible because there are going to be some exceptional people, they're just Vata, Pitta or Kapha predominant, but most of them they die at early ages. Usually what we are a combination of two. We are a combination of two. So think of, then there is some Vata Pitta. So my constitution is Vata Pitta. Then Pitta, Kapha, then Kapha, Vata. And then there is a Vata, Pitta, Kapha. All three dominating forces. These are some of the things which leads to the individuality. But here again, just Vata Pitta, like there is a possibility that I am Vata Pitta and you are Vata Pitta. But then it depends upon how much Vata and how much Pitta, ratio of these two things. So there is a possibility that I am Vata Pitta and you are Vata Pitta, but still there is a slight difference in between you and me. Because of the degree, because of the ratio, they come together. And why we need to do this? First of all, we need to know our individual constitution. Only after knowing our individual constitution, we can maintain the health. Because we need to maintain our individual imbalance. We need to maintain our individual imbalance, and that's our health.